good, YouTube? Natural here, Natural TCG. My name is James Kester. I got top 32 at the Indianapolis Regional. 2 weeks ago, I got third place. On my channel, you'll see a deck profile of that with pure Odion, guys. Pure Odion. We're going to get into this. With further ado, we'll do shout outs at the very end. I'm going to go into a really deep discussion of this deck in this profile because a couple people asked about it. You guys all asked about it, so I'm going to kind of go into a little deeper detail why I picked this deck, why I've been playing this deck, and so forth, and my deck choices. I chose to go with Odion because I feel like Mitsu, pure Mitsu and Mitsu variants are the best decks in the format. Yeah, and I think Odion has a really good matchup against the Mitsu part, and you can put stuff in your deck to counter the other parts of them decks, right? Further ado, let's get into this. For starters, I played 3-man. Man with the field spell or OG Temple has a really good matchup into Mitsu because they can't bullet board. And I think his protection is very, very underrated. And the reason why I chose Pure also over like Fiendsmith and Kashtira and all this other stuff is I feel like we're in a board breaker / hand trap meta. And I feel like the times I tested with Cash, I'd win here and there and not consistently. And I feel like when you play low to the ground style of a control / mid-range combo and just going man, there was times my opponent imperm ashed and I set, and they're playing with 4 cards by the time the turn starts. So I feel like playing low to the ground plays under the board breakers, plays under all that other stuff because you can't blow the board. And nobody's really playing back row hate right now, which just feels really good. They're playing Lightning Storm, but like Lightning Storm, Harpies, you can stop all that. To Anubis, I have tinkered a little bit to play 3 of this, or play 1 in the side, 2 in the main, and side in the third when I go first for more consistency when I'm not playing against K9 decks. But I am afraid of K9 decks, I'm not gonna lie. Since I chose to play low to the ground, them stealing my man hurts really bad. Cause where this deck gets a lot of its like push your powers is your second turn on the turn 3. But yeah. All right. I feel like when it gets back to your turn and they haven't destroyed man or the traps, the Pophis traps, is when it dominoes and you can just push for game. This deck should not, it can grind, but it shouldn't get past turn 3 and 4. It should not. You should already have game. So that's why I chose to run 2 of this, and then the 1 circuit. If you play pure, play circuit, you have to. There's plays I've had, people say it's really terrible with it being in your hand. It's not ideal being in your hand, but it's not terrible. It's not the end of the world. Especially if you have field spell, man, or temple and man. There's a lot of times I'll even start with circuit because it baits out so much. There's a lot of times I actually would rather, instead of starting with man with no field spell in hand, if I have OG temple and I have circuit, there's a lot of times I like to use this effect because they will always interact with this because they think you don't have field spell. And then you slap down the field spell. So at the end of the day, you gotta run circuit. It's really good. It's a combo piece / it gets over big monsters. That's it for the main monsters. Then I play hand traps. So I went with a board breaker / mixture with hand traps, right? Hand traps minimize the board. I think that's what we are in this format, is a hand trap breaker format, right? So the thing about this is you can go board breakers, not board breakers, hand traps. You go hand traps, minimize the board, and the board breakers clean up the board. So I played 3 Fua, 3 Ash, 3 Bell, 3 Purge, and 3 Imperm. Another reason why Purge and Imperm are really good in this, Imperm's really mid in this format right now. But what's really good, it stops the Athelion ad bag. Also, if you imperm, you can go field spell. You don't have to have 2 set cards. Then I played the 4 field spells. Self-explanatory, this is the best card in the deck. If you go first, they can't interact with it. It sets so much stuff. So, and then I'll play the 1 temple. You gotta run this. Do not run this. I understand why some people do not. They feel like it's a brick. But there's a lot of times I had a Apophis trap, the serpent, and this with mana in hand. I'll literally, the board break, I'll start with the temple stuff first. Because they have to interact with this. Definitely when you set a card, they're always going to pop this. And then, Super Poly. This card, I was running 2 at Iowa and the Des Moines Regional, but Super Poly's just really, really busted this format, personally, my opinion. Shout out to Joe for hooking me up with the alties, but run this, guys. This card is crazy. It's the best board breaker in the format right now, really. And then for the powerful 1-ofs, yeah, 1 called by, 1 talents, and 1 prosperity. Self-explanatory. This card's busted. I opened it a lot. This card, busted. Absolutely broken. There is... So, I did flirt with my testing partner. We did think that theory a little bit about actually citing this card. And even citing this card. But there's a lot of times, this, like I said, there's a hand trap / board breaker meta. And they usually want to stop man. So I like to have called by in them for that reason. Talents, people are starting to run draw. So what's nice is this deck really, if you can gain card advantage, it's really good because like, it's like almost like reverse card advantage, right? Usually your opponent will hand trap you for 2. Well, if they draw you, you just hand rip them for 2. So it's like almost same theory behind it. And then I play 2 Serpent, 2 Swamp Deity. I tried this at 3. You don't need to. It's not necessary. A lot of times you'll clog your back row at that point. You don't want to. And then you got your 2 Serpent. You gotta run 2 of this. Yeah, those times I had both these in the grave. No way to... And I set Field Spell. And it had temples. I activated this just for a body. And then I had the fusion up that I popped a card. It ended up being imperm. So then I took this out for another fusion, contact fuse, and made it. And then I got the negate and had follow up. It's pretty cool. This card is broken. And this is probably one of the MVPs of the weekend. Every time I was able to get to it. Another reason why I play this, there's been a couple times where I've seen people side it, right? I tried that a few times, and I feel like there's no, like, if I go man, I already got temple and field spell in my hand. I had to add another field spell. That felt really bad. I want to add something that I can benefit from. So I played Verdi, and it clears the board. It's really good. 1 English pattern, self-explanatory. Self-explanatory. This card's good. I always side this out and this out going second, always. And then evenly matched. I was asking about this weekend. They see me play it. Yeah, you lose your battle phase, but a lot of times Odion just wants to clear the board and then play on your opponent's turn. And a lot of times, if you clear their board, they don't got a lot of huge follow up with all your omni negating. So this is really good. We'll go extra deck. I'll play 3 Divine Serpent. For the Super Poly targets, shout out to my boy Tony Ortiz. He hooked me up to Europrint. So that's pretty cool. So this was the newest edition. That was the newest edition. Theory behind this is if Mitsu lands on 3 darts, you take out the IP Futsu and the Marikuma. This, if they just land on IP Futsu, you just take the care of that. Malice, but yeah, it's been decent. I summoned it once, and then he summoned Dynamondo and negated it. It was pretty funny. Starting Venom, self-explanatory. A lot of people forget this blows your opponent's board when it's destroyed by battle. Or be destroyed by card effects. Play with 1 Link Spider, 1 SP. 1 Steel Rabbit, 1 SP, 1 Celine, and 1 Blackluster. These are flex. These are mandatory. You should run this. Self-explanatory. The reason why I chose this over Access Code, it's Earth. If I had to purge out of my hand, this is live still. Celine, Man with the Mark is the spellcaster. So, and then I play 1 Typhon. I was playing 2 Iowa, instead drop it down. I took the 1 of this out to run this. But yeah, and then 1 Dragon. I did some of this again. It's pretty good, pretty cool. Side deck. Once again, I said I played. I was playing a Board Breaker / Hand Trap. So I played Droll. Droll's really good in the Mitsu matchups. It's really good in Mitsu Yummy. It's really good in a lot of the other matchups. They may be able to play, but they have a hard time getting other engines. So a lot of the decks that have like 2 or 3 engines in them, Droll's hurting that. So, and then you only have to deal with one engine, which the Board Breakers Hand Trap take care of that. For the Board Breakers, Dark Really No More is definitely MVP. All weekend. Shout out to my teammate / testing partner and a buddy of mine. He said try out Dark Really No More. Dark Really No More is gross. Going forward, play this card. Anybody playing any deck in the format needs to play Dark Really No More. It's absolutely broken. And then I think the Board Breakers are really good. But yeah. And then going first cards. 3D Barrier. I was not playing this at Iowa. I was playing Iron Thunders. I feel like D Barrier is really good. And the idea behind it when I was testing is Iron Thunder literally gets rid of 1 or 2 cards. D Barrier stops their whole turn. Literally. Card's broken. You gotta play this going forward in this meta. And another thing I took in consideration, the reason why I play this deck, you know how there's a lot of decks that have playing a lot of engines, but a lot of the engines are different types of engines. Pendulum, Pendulum Ritual, Fusion Ritual, and so on, right? This makes decks one-dimensional, which Odion and other decks, it just makes decks easier to beat when you make them one-dimensional. But, you guys wanted me to go over some matchups that, I literally only won 1 die roll, or 2 die roll all day. I lost. So round 1, I played against regular Draco Tail. I won. It was Draco Tail, Hand Trap, whatever. I lost die roll, won 2-0. Round 2, Draco Tail. Round 2, Draco Tail. I lost die roll, won 2-1. Round 3, I played against Mitsu Yummy. That deck puts up a crazy ass board, guys. That deck puts up a crazy board. Lost die roll, 1-2-1. So I played Mitsu Yummy round 3. I lost die roll, 1-2-1 against it. So third game, crazy. My opening hand was this. Yeah, I get a full board Mitsu Yummy. So I dark rulered him. He trap carded me to negate the dark ruler. I think I. Oh no, I dark ruler no more because he had Herald, and then I Harpies again. Yeah, and I didn't want. I was hoping he didn't have surprise. Um, but then I went treasures and just he didn't have surprise, which helped me out a lot. But I ended up winning it 2-1. And then I played against round 4. I'll never forget as I was in table 2. So I lost to Branded Ido. He's Ido locking. I opened game 1 bricked. Game 2 I won. Game 3 I had a double food him and drew into no super polys, and he made Light and Darkness Dragon on me with a back row, which was a droplet. I'm like, damn. And then I played against round 5. I played against Soulful Cord K9. Soulful Cord K9. I lost die roll, beat him 2-1. Round 6. This deck was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Mind you, round 6, I was X1, so I was already in top tables. I played against Tenpai Mitsurugi. Board breaker. Guys, when I lost die roll and he made me go first, I'm like, what is this dude doing? So I made board. I went all the way to the fusion. I played a little greedy. He goes, Ultimate Slayer. He goes Ultimate Slayer. I was like, what the hell? He sent Intist. I negated the Ultimate Slayer. And then he played Mitsu stuff. I negated that. And then he went all the way up where he got into Mirakumo anyway. He then goes in Dino Mundo, banishing my other monsters. Or banishing I think he banished another thing. Oh no, he banished something. I forgot what it was. But then he slaps down Genroku on me. He slaps down normal summons Genroku. I swear to you guys, I looked at every deck, every card, knowing his deck doesn't lock him. I looked at every card, reading every single text. I was like, does this stuff lock you? Bro, I got cooked by Tenpai. That was crazy. Okay, then game 2, I made full board again, greedy. Don't know what I was thinking. Halfway through my turn, I'm like, why am I not just landing on man? Ultimate Slayer shut off then. So I ended up beating him. This is where it made it really hard. So game 3, I didn't know if he was gonna make me go first or second, right? I didn't know if he was gonna make me go first or second. I didn't know if he was gonna make me go first or second, and so I sided in like every 2 of and made everything like a 1 of technically, and any like draw made it 3 of anything that could go second. I made it as a 1 of, just so I didn't draw if he made me go first. He made me go first, so my hand was just crazy dummy. It was good. I ended up beating him 2-1. Round 7, my deck just went poop. It literally just went face down. I played against K9 Orcus at table 2. I lost die roll, lost 0-2. I got smacked. Round 8, against Sulfur Cord Yummy, I lost die roll and lost 2-1. Or lost 1-2. The deck just fell on its face. I don't know if I just didn't power shuffle. I didn't know. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. I try to bring the dub home for you guys for Odion. We got another regional in 2 weeks. I'll be going to Kansas. I will be there. Yeah. Let's do this again. Shout outs. I got some shout outs. I want to shout out to Tony Ortiz for my buddy Tony for helping me get cards. He knows who he is. My buddy Ryan for all the testing and deck clearing that we put in at daily every day. Shout out to them. Shout out to Nerd HQ. Nerd HQ in Davenport, Iowa. Local card store. I also want to go check out Odion Facebook group. I be posting there all the time. And everybody in there, shout out to you. Check out my Twitch and YouTube in the link below. Hit that like and comment. Let me know what you think of the deck profile, guys, and what you think about the deck. I will be at YCS Pennsylvania and all that other stuff. But yeah, feel free to hit me up. Please hit that like button. Share this video. And it'd be muchly appreciated. All right. Peace out. Later, YouTube.